How
Good
are you
morning.
today? Today is.
Hump day. It's Women Wednesday.
I'm saying it's Women Wednesday, and she's saying it's Hump Day because she has a day job. So, yeah, to her, that is Hump Day.
Is hump day.
All right, so today we're going to talk about the characteristics of powerful women. All right,
Yes.
which is exactly what we're looking for on our marketing team, right? So it's not about men. We love the men that we work with, but you know how they always have like they have these powerful men teams, and we're always kidding around with them saying that we're going to come out with the most powerful women's team, all right? And so we're just putting it out there what we look for, and what if you want to change your life and do things that make you feel like you're accomplishing something, and you can add to your portfolio, as it may be.
Yeah, I mean, I think these are, we're using characteristics of powerful women because we're doing Women Wednesday, but I think these are characteristics of, regardless of what gender you are, I think they're good for mental health. Um, and I think they're good to have as teammates. So it doesn't matter to me whether it's male or female, but I'd like to have a powerful women's team.
Yeah, sometimes we do a lot of like trolling online, and sometimes we find people who put out there exactly what we want to talk about. And we found this
Yeah, I'm big
online.
on mental health. So,
She is.
yeah, so I found this on discoverymood.com. I think it's a good resource. There's several articles on there that I find very good and
So we want to
interesting.
give kudos to the person who
Yeah.
we are using part
So I'm
of.
going to share part of their change it up a little bit because there's different things that I
Oh
think
yeah.
I want to add to it. But um, all in all, I think it's a great article. So go ahead, please make sure you read it. But we're going to go ahead and discuss.
All right. So the first thing, and by the way, guys, if you have one of those women in your life that are is a powerful woman, you either there's only a couple of things you can do: support her or get the hell out of her way. She's gonna run you over if you don't. so so we're not leaving you out. We can tell you what to do. Just be supportive. At any rate, so the first characteristic that I really like, Robin is a very, very, very confident person. So I'm going to let her kind of talk about confidence and being confident.
Well, to me, being confident is a great sign of self love. I think I think it's important to take care of yourself. I think it's important to know who and what you are within your own skin.
Yeah.
And I think it's important, vitally important, that you like yourself, because if you don't, who is? So if you don't handle the task, who's going to do it? So the confidence level in you is extremely attractive to people.
Yes.
Because people want to be that person that believes in themselves.
Yeah. I know when I first met her, I was very, very, very into music. And I always, like, I was very confident about my abilities in music and hearing. Like, when we did sound and stuff like that, it was like I could hear the most ungodly note anywhere. And it doesn't matter. Like, when I used to play in bands, they always say, "Die, you're giving it away." It's because I could hear one note out of tune, but I was so confident in my ability. And that is an important thing. Be confident in whatever it is you do, especially when you're just like, you're good at it. But as you go along, if you have somebody that's there, and you can see that they're confident but they're not sure of what to do, the confident women should take them by the hand and show them, and then they know that they're going to do the same thing that they do.
Now, do not mistake confidence for being conceited.
No.
I mean, I think, I think that we can feel comfortable within our own skin and be confident individuals without being arrogant or, conceited,
That
right?
is very, very, very true.
So that would be my thought. So number two, another one I really like.
Being productive. Uh, everybody wants to feel like they've accomplished something throughout the day.
Absolutely.
And I like being productive.
I think making sure that you're productive is. I think it's a requirement. Honestly, I do because
Especially if you're on a team with other people.
yeah. I don't know. I think being productive allows you to have the first characteristic of being confident. I think the more productive you are, the better you feel about yourself.
Yeah, a lot of confident women, they're like, what else can I fit into my day? It's a good way to do things. So when you lay your head down on the pillow at night, you know you've done everything to do, like to accomplish everything that you wanted to, and you feel good about yourself.
Well, I'm a person that doesn't like to be bored.
I know you do not.
I don't. I don't like to be bored.
Well, I don't either. Like, I can't sit and watch an entire movie or something without doing something while I'm watching the movie. I don't know.
Well, that's just ADHD or something, That's a whole nother.
Thank you.
That's a whole nother thing. That's a different topic. But true, I think there's a difference. Like we have limited time, right?
Very.
So, there's only so much we can fit into our day in order to be productive about it. So again, yes, we multitask a lot.
We do, and especially because like we never know when someone's going to need help either. So we could be in the middle of doing something when someone will call and say, I need your help, or somebody will text, and you have to make that fit into your schedule too, because like I said before, you want to help other people who they're trying to be productive and they're trying to learn. So you have to make time for that. That's just being very, caring and doing what you got to do.
I don't have to make time, but I choose to because I'm a good person.
Well, you're optimistic and positive.
I am.
For the most part. So
I think it's important to be optimistic.
I do.
Just like everything that we've kind of talked about on these talk shows is, I think, you can spend your life complaining. You can spend your life looking at the negative side of things. But the truth of the matter is it's not going to solve anything, right? So I just think it's much better to be optimistic and positive and to have a clear vision of, what it is that you want to happen.
The glass half full, half empty. That's what that's about.
The glass is refillable. That's how I
look at it. As long as my coffee cup is filled, I'm good to go for the day. But
no, it is good. It's good to be positive. Nobody wants a Debbie Downer.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Robin and I are both this. We are go-getters.
Go-getters.
All right. And even if I can't figure out how to do something, well, except for furniture, putting together that, I won't even try that anymore. But I will. I want to not just dream, but I want to make my dreams come true. And I don't care how many times that I have to try. Like, I've gone through spells where I have not gotten things done, or other things took over and my life got in the way, but there's never a time that I will just sit there and go, oh, I'm not doing this anymore. All right, because I pride myself in being creative. All right, so I love being creative, and that's a big part of what we do. Like Robin's really good at that as well. And even way back when we were just doing, like DJ work or karaoke work, right? Like, we came up with the most creative ways of doing it, all of it, and we do that with our marketing business as well. We love being creative and coming up with different ways to do things, and just like going one step further maybe than everybody else. Like, Robin, I don't mean to keep talking to her like she's not here, but she is this is what we call her, a promo hoe.
Oh, I am a promo hoe. I'll stand up to that. I am.
And she will go out and she will get cups that mean everything. Yes, as a matter of fact, we decided to get this. This is our logo.
I'm all about branding, though.
Yes.
So in all fairness, that's,
So it's very important to brand yourself, actually, when you're in marketing. And it's just like, but it's, we get the weirdest things, but they're fun. Like if we had an event or something, we'd be handing out all our stuff. We've come up with, oh my God, we've come up with guitars that had logos on it. Like we'll do anything. And it's mostly to make other people happy, and I don't know how to say that. It's like
Well-
it makes other people happy, but it makes us stand out as well. And that's what you want to do, right? You do want to stand out above everyone else. Otherwise, you're just going to be a little dot in the crowd. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I think that's what makes you stand out is your creativity. I don't, you know, I'm gonna. I don't want to sound like I don't want to sound bad here when I say this, but we've done companies where lots of people have, you know, tried to copy everything that we do.
Oh yeah, I've seen that before.
And you know, and that's okay, and I get it. Why reinvent the wheel? You know what I'm saying?
But that
But
was
some-
more with music.
But sometimes I think, can't people just be original?
Yeah.
I mean, because to me,
Well, everyone's trying to find their way and find their place. And what I looked at first, I was like, hey, they're copying what we're doing. But then I looked at it like what we were doing was working, and they saw the difference in it. So then they would start doing the same thing, which is actually what you want. It's duplication, and duplication works.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
I know, but you got
I
a little
said-
offended.
No, I said it first. You know, I understand that, you know, why reinvent the wheel?
Right.
I get that. But I do think that you need to add your own sense of style and creativity into
You
stuff
do.
to make yourself
you
unique.
definitely do. You have to do that.
You know, it's about just being who and what you are.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between being a powerful woman. You know, again, that's why we're sitting here talking about the creativity.
Yeah, we got people on our team. I love if they'd start doing what we do because it works. You know, getting out here on video. That's our next topic. It's a fear. Like I can stand up and talk to 1,000 people on stage. Like I have no problem with that whatsoever. But you put that camera in front of me when we first started doing video. You put that little tiny hole in front of me, and I'm going, and no lie, she had to put up a picture of the Beatles just so I could look at somebody to be able to talk on video. And I was just like, I was nuts about it. I was fearful. And do you know how many people are fearful of going on video? So what I started to say is, I'm hoping that the rest of our team picks up on the fact that being out there in front of people gets you seen more, you know, and it's not like we're doing anything special. We're just out here talking about everyday stuff, right? And
A little bit goes into it.
yeah,
I mean, we research.
We do
exactly,
research.
the content that we want
Definitely.
to use. There's a method as to why we're using the content that we're using.
but keeping up with what we're talking about, mentally strong women face their fears, except for lightning. I don't do well with lightning. but mentally strong women tackle their fears. Wouldn't you say so?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I think it's important. I mean, I'm not going to go outside and wrestle the snake that's out there because I don't believe that I should tackle that fear.
Oh, there are some fears you just let be fears. But so that's another one, the fear. Obviously, we want someone who's courageous and can tackle anything in front of them, and they're not afraid to do something different. And they're not afraid to go on video. They're not afraid to try something different, whether it's emailing or whatever it is. They're not afraid to try it. If it doesn't work, so be it. Go on to the next thing. All right. The other thing is caring. I think a mentally strong woman is very, very caring because, you know, they not only have to do for themselves, but they got to take care of their families. They take care of themselves, but sometimes, like I myself, I'm a little, I don't want to say I'm too caring, but I wear my heart on my sleeve a lot. And sometimes I get wrapped up in other people's stuff. And I'm always trying to, like, I don't know if it's fix them or just like, do you know what I'm saying? I just care a lot, a lot. I feel good about what I'm doing. I went, I went into being a counselor there for a while because I cared so much about other people. But I think caring is very important.
Disclaimer: we're not therapists.
We're not therapists.
Um,
I was a counselor.
I know, but I'm just saying it's a disclaimer that we're not therapists.
Yeah.
But yes, she does care, and she does wear her heart on her sleeve, and she
Yes.
does try to help everybody. And before you know it, everybody's calling her and telling them her problems, so their problems. So, but yeah, I mean, I think there's. I'm going to say this: I'm a very caring person. Not very many people know that about me, but I am a caring person. But the thing about it is I have real strict boundaries, and I think that also is comes with being a powerful woman is understanding where those boundaries need to be, because if not you can be literally drained. I mean, people can just suck the life out of you. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean or anything when I say that. I mean, it's realistic. So there you can care,
But
can
you
have
don't
empathy,
let, yeah, you don't let your
but you don't let other people's
take advantage
issues
of that.
drain you. You have to be able, because if you, it's that old saying, if you don't take care of yourself, it's the plane. It's when you're on the plane and the stewardess tells you that you have to put your mask on first in order to take care of the kid that's next to you, right?
Or your screaming husband.
Right. So that's it. I mean, self-care is important, you know.
But I don't know. So I think that caring goes a lot. What we're talking about, like when people are on a team together, because I keep referencing marketing, because I know that this is what we look for in
Because there's a lot of
team
people,
members.
right? In our audience, there's a lot of people in our
But
audience that are
you've
marketers.
got to care enough about other people that you want them to do well. Like there's no competitiveness like, oh my God, she's going to do better than me this week. No. You want to.
I think there's such a thing as friendly competition.
It's friendly competitiveness. I've done that my whole life in everything. I
You just
compete
can't get
more
lost
with
in that.
I compete more with myself
Right.
than anyone
Ultimately,
else.
yeah.
But I also care enough to make sure that everybody else is doing well. That's what I want, you know. So that goes into the next thing is not being able to. You have to stand up for what you believe in. I am so guilty of that, especially in things that you're not allowed to talk about. You know, political, religion. I can't talk about them, but I do believe in what I believe, and I do stand up for myself. I don't go public with it because that's something that you just don't do.
Well, but here's the thing. In this crazy world in which we live in now, I think the minute somebody says stand up for what you believe, people automatically go to political or
Exactly.
religious. And I don't think that's necessarily the case. So we're going to stick with the healthy things.
Well, they are
you know,
healthy, but it depends on who you talk to.
But the reality of it is, stand up for what you believe in. If somebody's saying, hey, let's go rob this store, well, have enough sense to know that you need to stand up and say no.
Why would you go there? That's weird.
I watch a lot of ideas. But, it's that. Or if, the whole peer pressure thing,
Yeah, especially when you're young. No.
Exactly. I mean, fortunately for me, I mean, I must have been extremely loved as a baby. But fortunately for me, I have always been a very secure, confident individual. So my thing has always been, I want to say a leader. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely not a follower.
No.
I mean, I believe common sense is a thing.
I'm not a follower.
I mean, I realize a lot of people don't have it, but I think common sense is a thing. And so I stand up for the little guy, the underdog. I'm the person that's going to help the kid that's getting bullied.
See, there was a time, I'll never forget this. Just when you said that, it made me think of it. I know we were walking into a store one time, and I saw on the side of me, I saw a bunch of kids bullying this other kid. And I was like, I could not just stand there and let this kid, I was bullied as a kid, so I know what it feels like to be standing in that kid's place. And I was like, I spoke up. I walked over there, and she's having a heart attack, thinking I'm going to get myself beat up right then. But I did not want that kid to be bullied, and I said something. And I mean, you just got to stick up for what you believe is right. And I'm just one of those people. Like I will say something, and maybe sometimes it's inappropriate, but I will stand up for someone who is like the underdog, or someone that's being bullied for things they can't even help, you know. And I see it all the time. So women that are strong will do that. I believe. I do. I do. That is my big thing. What you got next, Robin?
Proud.
You're showing pride in yourself or your work. I I think Robin does very good work. Right? So I think she deserves to feel proud of her accomplishments, and we all deserve to have pride in ourselves. Don't you think?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm also a perfectionist, so that makes it even a little harder because I'm going to see the things that other people don't see. And, so it's a little harder for me to say, oh, I'm proud that I did that because I'm seeing the flaws in the stuff that I do do. But I think it's important to be proud of what you accomplish. I do. I think it's important to be proud of who and what you are.
I think it's important, but I don't think, I think being boastful about what you do, not you, but people, if you're a braggart, then the things that you do, like, they come across like, who gives a crap, because all you do is brag about how good you're doing. So,
well, like I said earlier, there's a difference in having arrogance.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need to be.
but
I don't know.
I just think you should be proud of the things you do, but be humble about it.
Yes, I agree. I think you should be humble. I mean, your life can change in the blink of an eye.
Now, this next one, I used to be affected by this all the time. In fact, I have to sometimes check myself because I don't like when people talk bad about anybody, and especially me. And especially if you do not know me and you haven't been around me for a long time, you don't talk bad about people. I do not like that. So this is a hard one for me to talk about because I get overly excited about
Passionate.
it's passionate when other people talk bad about others, because if they're talking about that person, they are going to talk about you, and that drives me crazy. So you have to be like I had to get where it didn't faze me at all what somebody said, because they don't pay my rent, my bills, nothing. My rent, my mortgage, they don't pay it. So I couldn't let them affect me. Like, you'd never let people rent space in your head, that especially when it's not deserved. And I have run into a lot of people like that, where they're just telling me what I feel, telling me what I want, telling me this, telling me that. And it's like, stop. You don't really know me, and it just drives me crazy. So that was a big one for me. But don't get fazed by what other people say about you. You know yourself. Now, if you're a complete nasty person, there you go. Have at it. You're going to have to stand up for your own self and look at yourself and say, ooh, maybe I am a little over the top. Like, I have talked to people that are just nasty, and I don't know why they're nasty. I don't know what's making them miserable, but they're just nasty for no reason whatsoever. And yeah, you do get affected by what they say, but then you got to go, I mean, seriously, like, they're toxic. What do I need? Well, I don't have to listen to them, right? I'm going off, I guess. I'm going off on a tangent here. But it is the truth, and I run into those people all the time, and I don't know why. I don't know why they're like that. Just like, be happy with yourself.
I don't allow people to affect me.
No, I know you don't.
I don't. Again, that's where I'm talking about the boundaries. You know, and if you are you have the characteristics of the last 8 things we just talked about, you're not going to let people affect you because you're confident in who and what you are. I don't allow what people say affect me. I'm a firm believer, and I think this is important to understand. I'm a firm believer that the less you entertain, the better off you are. I also feel, and Di and I disagree on these things, I think, but I also feel like, you know, if somebody, I don't have to tell my side of the story. Does that make sense? I'm a person that feels like the truth will eventually come out. So if somebody does me wrong, I don't have to run around and tell everybody that they did me wrong, right? Because people are eventually going to see them for who and what they are.
Yeah.
So why do I need to get myself all crazed out, you know, and stressed out and
Well, I
lack of
used to do
sleep?
it. I don't let things bother me.
Yeah,
Like
so
I used to.
I'm just one of those women that don't allow that to affect me, because I learned a long time ago allowing that to affect me does me no good. You know, it just doesn't. And I'm the only one losing sleep over it, because apparently the person who said something or done something or dislikes me or whatever the case may be is not losing sleep over me,
That is true.
right? So why should I lose sleep?
All right. So anyway, so that was that. Don't be phased by what other people say. But the last one that I want to talk about at all is being true to yourself, right? Mentally strong women are completely and totally true to themselves. Don't you think, Robin?
I 100% agree with that.
Yeah, there's no need to change oneself to satisfy others. That's how I look at it. You can't change other people. You can only change you. You know, I'm not saying, you know, be true to yourself where it hurts everybody else around you. You know, be like comfortable with the lives around you and be who you are. Don't be a phony. If there's one thing I can't deal with, it's like when someone is so phony, you can almost see right through them, and you know it's coming. You know,
We've had a lot of experience with narcissistic people. So, there's that.
yeah, you know it's coming, and you know that's not who they are, and they're coming across so sweet and stuff, and you know that's not them. You know that at any minute they're going to go to the other side of this pendulum and go off somewhere. Just like, no, I'll be true to myself and just stay in my corner.
Stay in my lane.
Stay in your lane.
That's it.
But at any rate, I know we probably went all over the place with this, but it's just who we are. We're real. We're not phonies at all. Everything you see is what you get.
That is very true.
We are very, very, what do you call that? Down to earth.
Transparent.
Transparent, and just, you're never going to get anything phony from me.
However, if you do possess these 10 qualities, male or female, please do not hesitate to reach out.
Yeah, we're not just looking for men on our team. I just told the men to get the hell out of the way of the women who are like this. Because if you don't, yes, they will run you over.
Yeah.
Because every woman, I don't care what position you're in or anything, every woman deserves to be treated like they should be treated. And if you're an unkind woman, you're going to get treated like that. If you're just nasty, people are going to treat you like you're just nasty. But if you're a strong, independent, free-willed woman that's caring, true to themselves, loves their family, you deserve to get so much out of life, right? And if you need opportunities, then they would reach out for that. Like if you want to change your life, they're not afraid to ask, you know,
I agree.
what are you doing? You know, what are you doing that makes your life so good? How can I change mine? Like, they're just good people. Like, there are a lot of good women out there. So whoever your partners are, they better treat you so.
Traction marketing is a thing, people. It really is. So, anyhow, So that's all we have for today. I hope you enjoyed this little 10 characteristics
Yeah,
of powerful
I went
women.
off a little bit, but yeah, I'm very,
So,
very much
welcome
like
to
that.
our world. So that is it for today.
All right, you guys take care and go out in the world. And my biggest thing is always go out and be kind. And that's what matters the most. Be kind to people.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm Di.
And I'm Robin, and we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
All right, bye bye.
Bye.